Hello everyone. In this session, we are going to see about the kinematics and controllers of robot. So kinematics, uh, the calculation of position via odometry is an example of kinematics. So before seeing what is meant by odometry and the calculation of position, what is meant by robot kinematics? Robot kinematics just applies geometry to the study of the movement of multi-degree of freedom kinematic chains that form the structure of robotic systems. The most important thing on geometry is nothing but the links of robot are modeled as rigid bodies and its joints are assumed to provide pure rotation or translation. In the previous video we had seen that degrees of freedom, what is meant by degrees of freedom, and how they are occurring. And now we are coming into the point, the calculation of position via odometry. Odometry is nothing but the collection of or the use of data from motion sensors to estimate change in position over time. ஸோ இப்போ இங்கே என்ன சொல்கிறோம் அப்படின்னா, ஒரு வித் வைல் அன் ஆப்ஜெக்ட் இன் மோஷன், ஒரு ப்ராடக்ட் மோஷனில் இருக்கும்போது, மூமெண்ட்டில் இருக்கும்போது, ஸோ அதோட பொசிஷனை கால்குலேட் பண்ணுறது இல்லைங்களா. இதில் என்ன அதர் பேராமீட்டர்ஸ் அப்படின்னா, வித்தவுட் ரிகார்ட்ஸ் த ஃபோர்ஸஸ், இந்த மோஷனை ஸ்டடி பண்ணுறாங்க, மூமெண்ட்டை ஸ்டடி பண்ணுறாங்க வித்தவுட் கால்குலேட்டிங் த ஃபோர்ஸஸ் ஆக்டிங் ஆன் இட். என்ன ஃபோர்ஸ் அதில் ஆக்ட் ஆகுதோ அது இல்லாமல். இட் ரெஃபர்ஸ் டு ஆல் டைம் பேஸ்ட் அண்ட் ஜாமெட்ரிக்கல் ப்ராப்பர்ட்டிஸ் ஆஃப் மோஷன். ஸோ டைம் பேஸ்ட், ஸோ நம்ம டைம் கிராஸ் ஆக வாட் இஸ் த பொசிஷன் ஆஃப் அ ஜாயிண்ட் ஆர் end effector, manipulator or a robot, etc. It ignores concepts such as torque, force, mass, energy and inertia. See, these are all the external factors. So in the forces, torque, energy, mass இதெல்லாம் இல்லாம அதோட மூமெண்ட்ஸை கால்குலேட் பண்றது, which is nothing but the kinematics of the robot. And now there is a two classification in kinematics of a robot, which is nothing but the forward kinematics and then reverse kinematics. So forward kinematics takes input as joint angles and calculates the Cartesian position and orientation of the end effector. So forward kinematics la enna appadina, the joint angles, so and the angles are measurement ah eduthukittu இன்புட்டாக எடுத்துக்கிட்டு, ஸோ அதுலேருந்து என்ன கண்டுபிடிக்கிறாங்க அப்படின்னா கார்டீசியன் பொசிஷன் அண்ட் ஓரியன்டேஷன் ஆஃப் அன் end effector. So this is the end effector. So as we can see that there is number of theta here, theta 1, theta 2, theta 3, theta 4, theta 5 and then theta 6. These are all the angles with respect to the base, arm, end effector, wrist, etc. So with the help of these angles we can able to find out the position, Cartesian position and orientation of the end effector. For a mechanism robot, this would mean calculating the position and orientation of the end effector given all the joint variables. So here we can able to see that this is an example for the forward kinematics, and in this file we can able to see that there will be a movement in the robot arm. So consider this as a base and these are all the links, joints, and with the help of this angle we can able to identify the position of the end effector. And then second one is an inverse kinematics, which is nothing but the reverse of forward kinematics. It calculates the joint values, which is nothing but angles, by given the positions, orientation, geometries of mechanism parts. So it is useful for planning how to move a robot in a certain way, and otherwise takes input as the Cartesian end effector position and orientation and calculates the joint angles. So inverse kinematics is used for trajectory planning. So trajectory, what is meant by trajectory? So trajectory அப்படின்னா என்ன அப்படின்னா, இட்ஸ் அ பாத். ஸோ இப்போ இந்த பாத்தில் தான் இந்த ஆப்ரேஷன் நடக்கணும் அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி. for example automated guided vehicles AGVs அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. ஸோ அதுக்கு என்ன அப்படின்னா ஃப்ளோர் ஒர்க் ஃப்ளோரில் பாத் இருக்கும். ஸோ அந்த பாத்தில் அந்த ரொபாட் அந்த மிஷின் ஆப்ரேட் ஆகும். ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் ஆல்சோ ஒன் ஆஃப் த எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஃபார் இன்வெர்ஸ் kinematics. And as you can see in this example, the position of this end effector and the orientation is given, and so the angles can be defined. Next one, robot controller. So controller directs a robot how to move. So it controls a robot similar to the brain of a human being, and also it includes two controller paradigms. One is open loop controller, execute robot movement without feedback, and another one is closed loop controller, which works on the feedback. So controller open loop. So in this example here the diagram is given in the top view of the robot. Consider this as a wall and this is the movement of the robot, and goal is nothing but this robot should be traveled through parallelly with reference to this wall. And here there is no feedback. So இப்போ இங்கே feedback இல்லாததனால என்ன அப்படின்னா இதோட path கரெக்டாக அதை travel பண்ண முடியாது, access பண்ண முடியாது, and so there will be lot of inaccuracy, slippages, bumps, etc. So இதெல்லாம் அது வந்து denote பண்ண முடியாது, அதால visualize பண்ண முடியாது, and so the operation will be more noisy. And also it causes the robot to veer off the path. Veer off is nothing but which does not follow the desired path. And this is an example. So here input parameter and goes to the controller, and controller takes the process by means of actuator, and so the output will be taken. There will be no feedback and all, and so the risk that actuator will not have the intended effect. Intended effect is nothing but what is the desired output, which cannot be taken care of by this open loop control system. And then controller closed loop. Here we can able to see this diagram in a rear view. Consider this as a wall, and the feedback is taken through the proximity sensor. Proximity sensor is nothing but which senses the distance between the robot path and the wall, and so what will be the result? The robot will still veer away or toward the wall, but now it can compensate. Here also the robot can able to misguide from the path, but also with the help of proximity sensor it can align to the path. And this is another example for closed loop system. Here we can able to see the wrapper pasting is the operation, and with the help of speed sensor the box is traveling with the speed. It can calculate the travel speed, and so the wrapper is pasted on the box by means of actuator, which is nothing but system driver, and this whole operation is controlled by the computer controller. With the help of the sensor only the box can be identified with the position, and so the wrapper is pasted on the top of the box. And why we use robots? So there will be 4D environments. The application will be 4D environments. What are all the 4D? Dangerous, dirty, dull, difficult, which is nothing but wherever the operation is very dangerous, like in the previous video the nuclear power plant pump cleaning. So that application will be a dangerous one to the human being, and so this type of robotic operation can be done at this areas. And then dirty, like I said earlier in the previous video, like cleaning areas, dirty areas, this robotic operation can be made. And then dull means the repetitive operations. So எங்கெல்லாம் வந்து human beings வந்து ஒரு ஒர்க் செய்யறதுனால போர் ஆகுறாங்க, டயர்ட் ஆகுறாங்க அப்படின்னா அந்த இடத்துலலாம் இதை பண்ண முடியும். And then difficult task. So wherever the operation is difficult and the tireless, if the operation is continued for more than a number of hours, then the tired will be come. So நம்ம நிறைய ஒர்க் பண்ணிக்கிட்டே இருக்கோம் அப்படின்னா, ரெஸ்ட்லெஸ்ஸாக இருக்கோம் அப்படின்னா, ஸோ the operation continuation will be very difficult. And then 4A task: automation, augmentation, assistance, autonomous. Automation is nothing but for the purpose of continuous production, and so the robots can be implemented. And then augmentation, and then assistance, and then autonomous. These are all the areas where the robotic operations are carried out. Assistance with the help of for the purpose of assisting the human being. And then autonomous areas, which is nothing but the pre-programmed one, so where the human assistance is not required. These are all comes under ஸோ ஒரு எந்த ஒரு ஏரியாவில் வந்து ரொபாட்டிக் ஆப்ரேஷன் வந்து தன்னிச்சையாக செயல்பட முடியும், ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கிற இடத்துக்கெல்லாம் autonomous operations were carried out. And also I would like to tell about augmentation. Augmentation is nothing but the action or process of making or becoming greater in size or amount. So wherever the production or the lot sizes are more, and the areas la ella in the robotic operations continue பண்ணுவாங்க. And with this we can end this session, and then in next session we will see about other topics. And dear friends, don't forget to subscribe, and if there is any suggestions or clarification, you can comment in the comment box. I will reply. And ஒரு விஷயம் சொல்லணும், ஒவ்வொரு வீடியோவும் நான் போடுறதுக்கு உண்டான எஃபர்ட் வந்து பவர் பாயிண்ட் மேக்கிங்காக இருக்கட்டும், அனிமேஷன்ஸாக இருக்கட்டும், அது வீடியோ கன்வர்ஷன் அண்ட் தென் அப்லோடிங், it includes lot and lots of effort. So please understand and support me by subscribing and like and comment and share. Thank you.